All right, Rich Casanova here with another exciting episode of the Buckhead Business Show. And we're in our beautiful studios here overlooking Buckhead. And we have a couple of segments here for our show on today's episode. And we're going to start with, let's just kind of say welcome and hi to our guests that are joining us in the studio. And then in just a moment, we'll introduce our first guest as well. So let's start first. Some folks joining us with a new startup here in Atlanta, and it's called Expand Your Brand Today. And we're going to hear more about that in our second segment of the show. But first, welcome to the show. Kristen, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
So much of a commute, or you live anywhere near Buckhead, or...
I do not. I live in Dallas, Georgia.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So, well, at least not Dallas, Texas, right?
Correct.
So, and you also joining us for the conversation about Expand Your Brand Today is Kyle Erving. Welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Unbelievable. That's always the answer, no matter what. I don't know if y'all heard that. I think I stole that from, who did I steal that from? Brian Tracy, I believe. Anybody ask you how business or how life's going? One word. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Right? You could have your best day or worst day ever. It's always the same answer.
Exactly.
And it's amazing the response people get. Oh, well, that's awesome. You know, just don't roll your eyes when you say that. Yeah. Right. All right. So, Kristen and Kyle, give us a little teaser what y'all might be chatting about today in regards to Expand Your Brand Today.
Well, we're just going to give you a little information. We just started out this year, March, and we're going to have an event coming up real soon, and everybody be ready.
All right, and Kristen, what do they expect at an event like this?
It's geared towards small business owners and entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Just coming out to network with one another. I came up with a concept. I'm an event planner, so I needed some help with putting my own business out there. So Kyle and I came up with this idea of getting a whole bunch of people together that can network with each other.
Perfect. And where? How often would these events take place? Do you figure? Or
monthly?
Okay,
yeah,
once a month. Here in the primarily starting in the Atlanta area, obviously.
We're going to start in actually Paulding County.
Oh, okay.
And then come to Atlanta probably closer to the summertime.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good to me. Can you save me a VIP seat, or how does that work? Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely,
definitely, always.
All right, and. Okay, so let's introduce our first guest here on the show, joining us in the studio. And we met a while back at an event, and returning, actually, first time in the studio, actually. But and that's Ty Hamilton. So, Ty, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Rich. I appreciate it.
And we're going to learn about the design business today with a Z.
Yes. Zing.
All right, nice. And so... and you are the founder, owner, one-man band operation?
Yes, sir, I am.
Over there at the global headquarters?
Global headquarters located in my living room.
Nice. I mean, that's the way things are today, right? It's like how you can reach a worldwide audience from anywhere. Yes or yes?
I agree. The internet has changed many things, social media, just communication in general.
Absolutely. Okay, so... And so let's give a little introduction to Ty. So Ty Hamilton is a freelance graphic designer with a BA in public relations and marketing. As I mentioned, one-man band operation. I-create-dezign, that's with a Z, is the brand. Ty provides graphic design, print services, superb customer service to his clients. Also offers brand strategy and consulting to all his clients as well. You're also a part of this brand new startup. So in Atlanta, we mentioned the Expand Your Brand Today, which is a company responsible for organizing and hosting social networking events. So what hat do you wear over there?
I am the creative mind, you can say. I'm the guy that's helped brand the company visually. So I designed the logo, flyers, any promotional material. We all kind of collectively come up with our marketing strategy and things of that nature, and how we're going to approach the people that we're trying to attract to come to our events. But we're a mastermind group.
Nice. So you kind of have the, maybe Kyle's more in the promotions end, obviously Kristen in the event planning and all those moving parts and spinning plates to that, but you bring that kind of creative eye perspective to it.
Yes, sir.
In terms of the branding and the visual, as you mentioned. So let's kind of rewind. We're going to revisit the event, but let's talk about your start as a freelance graphic designer. What's the backstory there?
Okay, so when I was young, I wanted to be an architect. I did a paper in high school on my career. Our teacher, Miss Kerr, wanted us to do a research.
Well, shout out to her,
yes,
yeah.
Yes. Wanted us to do a research paper on what we want to do when we grow up. So I wanted to be an architect. I like drawing my dream house. Well, in my research, I realized that there was a lot of math involved, which is not quite my strong point. But in that research, I came across graphic design and read more about it. And I learned that graphic design is pretty much used in everything, from the flyers you see in the windows when you go shop, the logos you see on the brands you buy, the products you buy, even the credits at the end of a movie. And I was like, wow, that's pretty broad. I can do that. Learned about it. Went to Georgia Southern University. I did 4 years there. Didn't graduate. My professor, Peter Smith, passed away. So I didn't. The program that I was accepted into, when he passed, they told us we had to wait another year to resubmit our portfolio, and I didn't want to wait. I figured I'd come to Atlanta and get a job easily. And 2008 is when the recession hit, and it wasn't so easy to find a job doing that. But actually, I did. I got my start doing graphic design for Display America, which is a trade show company. They do trade show exhibits. And so I did some design work for Office Depot, Crown Plaza Hotels, Fulton County Government, Zero Chaos in Florida, and I think Spherion here in Atlanta. Yeah. So some work, and that's how I got my start and got comfortable as a designer, and I guess confident in my ability. Right. But it was more on a corporate level. I couldn't really be creative. So I started to do work outside. Sure. And as a freelancer, I got with a man by the name of Roberto Trinidad with Digimo Printing. He's located in Decatur. And he gave me my
some name dropping here. Yeah.
He gave me my start as a freelancer. I would go to him. He told me, come to my shop. There's going to be a folder with your name in it, and whatever in that folder you do.
Wow.
Yes, sir. And that's how I got started.
Because the corporate names you mentioned, I saw on your website. It's pretty impressive resume and portfolio there.
I wish it was my freelance portfolio,
but it still has your hands were on that,
yes,
right?
Sir,
yeah,
yes, sir.
One thing that kind of intrigued me is the trade show angle. Because that's, tell me if I'm wrong, but that's got to be kind of a unique play in terms of design. I mean, how is that kind of distinctive rather than your?
Well, and with the clients that we had, everything was, you couldn't really be creative because it was so on a corporate level. Yeah. So, for the most part, you dealt with a lot of stock images and things of that nature. You couldn't really create. The first trade show exhibit I designed was for Display America, and I actually had creative freedom with that. But when we dealt with like Office Depot and company, Crown Plaza, they have their own what is it called, branding.
Yeah, all their
I can't think
kind of template designs and their logo that has to meets exact specifications.
Yes.
To the exact variation or of that color, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's not just blue; it's their exact blue.
Yes, it is. They had Pantone colors. Yeah.
And I guess it could be kind of frustrating as a designer because you have this kind of creative mind, this idea, and you show it to them, and they're like. Nobody wants to kind of sign off on it because they could get in trouble. It's like, well, that looks great to me, but we have to kind of follow the playbook provided. So it's kind of fast forward to your venture then. So when did you officially launch then the brand I-create-dezign?
Oh, officially, it was in March of this year. I freelanced. I started 2013. But I didn't really pursue. I wasn't serious about it. My daughter was born last August, and kind of lit the fire. You got me motivated, because it's like
that'll do it.
Yes, sir. Because now it's like I want to provide more for her, and I'm like I have this gift. I need to take advantage of it and use it. And what gave me the extra motivation was I was invited to an event that Kyle and Kristen put together, and the feedback that I received. Gave me like more motivation and more confidence to like, okay, you can do this,
right?
And once they did their event, did more research and networking, which led me to meet people like Rich-Casanova and Martin Mayette is also here. So
that was a great event. That was at at Phipps here in Buckhead. So and what a great name though too, right? I-create-dezign. So if you're at a networking event, it's kind of like who's on first, right? I don't know if that dates myself or you know that reference, right? The old stand-up comedy joke, right? But it's like, so what do you do, Ty? I-create-dezign.
Yes.
What's your company name?
i-create-dezign.
But what do you do?
i-create-dezign.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
And it's funny because that's how I came up with the name. At Georgia Southern, I was sitting at my desk working on the logo for a friend of mine. And as I was, just thinking, one of my roommates came in and he was like, "Hey, Ty, what you doing?" I said, "I'm just creating a design." That's how I said it. And I thought, I was like, that'd be a pretty cool name.
That's what I do. And
i-create-dezign actually started out as my email address.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice. And so let's kind of a bunch more questions here for you, but just at this kind of break, let's mention you're listening to the Buckhead Business Show. Your host, Rich Casanova, here. We're in the Buckhead Studios for the Pro Business Channel. We're speaking with Ty Hamilton, the owner and designer and creator behind i-create-dezign. And so let us know, how would folks get in touch with you? What's some point of contacts for your...
Okay. You can reach me at www.i-create-dezign.com. That's design with a Z. Mm-hmm. So it's the letter I, the word create, and design with a Z. DEZIGN, no S at the end. .com. I'm also on Instagram at i-create-dezign. Twitter, same thing, at i-create-dezign. I'm on LinkedIn, Ty Hamilton. Facebook, actually not Facebook. Don't go to Facebook.
Yeah.
I take that back. But yeah, so LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and I think that's it. My website.
Yeah, the website.
Yes.
And I just, as you were mentioning that, I'm looking at my show notes, and it does say you said without the S, i-create-dezign. So that's kind of a little bit of a messaging, is that you kind of work with one client at a time. You create one design at a time. That's your focus.
I do.
Right. And okay, so let's talk about a little bit. How do you acquire, in terms of business? We're at the Pro Business Channel here,
yes,
and which is kind of our mantra too. Is like you to kind of describe what you do.
Yes.
Right. And our name kind of says it as well. But on your end, who do you look for? Who's your sweet spot as far as types of clients that you either seek out or are kind of drawn to you?
Anybody, but that's really too broad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like to work with startups,
okay,
people that want to start a business, aspiring to start a business. They have an idea, but they don't know how to put it together visually. Because you have people that they have the greatest, marketing plan, how they're going to go about, conducting the business, but from a visual aspect, they may not know what to do. And that's where I come in. My goal is to work with each client that I have to create an iconic brand that their target market or the customers or clients will embrace and remember. Is trying to do big things and have you stand out amongst the competition.
Yeah, and speaking of icons, I was looking at your website and I saw a T-shirt with LeBron James on there.
Yes,
that was pretty creative. What's the story behind that? I mean, it had King James and...
Yes, sir. This was me trying to get involved in social media, because up until I started i-create-dezign, I didn't really deal with Instagram, Twitter, things like that. I really wasn't into it, but it was important. And at the time, you had the finals, Golden State versus Cleveland, and I just wanted to do something creative. I have an app on my phone, Sketchbook. What is it? Sketchbook Pro. I forgot who it's by, but you can take a picture, and I was in this phase where I would take a picture of a person or an object and just create a painting, like make it look like a painting. Yeah. I thought it was cool, nice visual effect. And just messing around watching the game, I was just doing it on my phone. And just uploaded it to Instagram, had a lot of likes, and did the one for Steph Curry. I'm working on one right now with Taylor Swift. Well, not with, but like a Taylor Swift image.
So LeBron gave you a call and he says, "I want to order 1 million of those." Yeah.
I need to find.
Stay tuned. Yeah.
Yes.
It definitely was eye-catching, nonetheless. And so, what are some areas? You mentioned those type of clients. What's in your wheelhouse in terms of your go-to design? What you specialize in, I guess.
Logo design. Okay. Logo design would be my specialty. I tell people that if it can be printed, I can design it, which is true. I believe I'm good at everything, but I'm great at logo design.
That's where it all starts, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, that kind of we've gone through a few variations of our logo, and we had invested quite a bit in the our slogan was attached to our logo.
Okay.
And then later, after we did all kinds of printing and so forth, we realized there's a little blip. It's not a typo. It's not but in our original slogan, and the ramifications of that, the do-over button can be a little expensive.
Oh, okay, yes.
So what is the process if somebody reaches out to you?
So, if you have an idea, whether it's a business or you just need promotion, you contact me. Email. My email is i-create-dezign@gmail.com. I forgot that, but you just reach out to me and explain to me what it is what they're trying to do. I listen to my clients. They tell me, they give me their vision, and I try to take their vision and personify that in a design. And I wanted to represent them and their business and what they stand for. So I would say the way I create, or what I create, is like a reflection of the person that I'm dealing with.
And that's a good visual too. It is your brand or your logo is a reflection of that organization, and it should match that, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can look at a logo that's very kind of, from a creative standpoint, kind of boring and stoic and not that exciting, but that's kind of the culture of that company. If you're dealing with serious issues,
yes.
Because I see one of your clients, or at least was on there, a law firm.
Yes.
And we just actually wrapped up our Atlanta Legal Experts radio show. We should have you come in and talk to those people, whatever, pick up some new business.
I can help.
But and we're going to switch gears to the startup here, but the startup kind of culture is very kind of can be over the top, and it has to be kind of eye-catching to capture people's imagination over a lot of noise that's going on.
Yes, sir.
But if you're maybe in the financial planning business, you don't want something crazy and whacked out, right?
Right.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's true. You have certain designs, that's part of branding and logo design. Is you have to do your research. Because if you have a client that's in a specific industry, and like you mentioned the law firm, I don't know too many law firms that have a logo that represents them as being like party animals, or
right.
For like it's serious.
Right.
You have a serious business, people that deal with serious issues on a daily basis. So you want your brand to represent that. You think of adjectives like strong, firm,
well, the CPA
bold
design is going to be a CPA is going to be a lot different than the cupcake company, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
All right, so so we're speaking with Ty Hamilton here, freelance graphic designer with i-create-dezign.com. And Rich Casanova, your host for the Buckhead Business Show. So let's move over now to our next segment, and we're having some folks in here, along with joining Ty in the studio, with a company and a startup, Expand Your Brand Today. So welcome back to the show, Kyle and Kristen.
Thank you.
How you doing?
You guys taking some good notes. I see you're doing some social media activity there. What are you working on over there?
Facebook.
I'm on Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
Facebook, I take a couple of pictures of everybody talking.
Nice. So Kristen, back to you. We were talking at the beginning of the show about this idea. Your background is an event planner.
Correct.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm just starting, so this social networking is working for me, actually.
Right. So what's your background prior to that?
Prior to that, security.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bodyguard, or what type of security?
Department of Homeland Security.
No.
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
Okay, well, thanks, everyone, for being here. I've got to get out of the building. Let me call Judy at the front desk. I need an exit strategy here.
Right.
Wow, I would have never called that. I would have missed a challenge on that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So can you share any your capacity there, or is it all
actually,
still
I
top
work
secret or classified?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I work at Atlanta Hartsfield Airport.
Okay.
And we search bags.
Okay.
So when you're coming through, we're going to search your bags.
So do you get to keep some of that stuff then, or
not at all?
You put it on eBay, or
no? We donate it.
Oh, you donate it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, good answer. So what spurred this interest in jumping into the event planning sandbox?
I actually went to school for fashion merchandising at Barter College. It's now closed down.
Right.
And I was in. Shout out to Ms. BJ.
Nice.
I was in her class. She was doing an event planning class, and we did a black tie fashion show.
Right.
And when I got into that, I was doing the wardrobe styling for that show. And I actually was more interested in getting the models together, getting the food and all of those sorts of things together, and decorating and getting with all of the professionals together, getting them seating, and that was something that I was more interested in than the wardrobe styling. So I chose to stick with event planning.
Right.
So I came up with a company called Kristen's Premier Events, which is my last name.
Okay.
And the premiere, I figure, is the world premiere.
Right.
So it's the premiere of your party.
Okay.
So I don't specialize in weddings. I'm mostly into birthday parties, baby showers.
That's what I was going to ask.
Stuff like that.
So those type. What about corporate, but then also about you anticipate any business functions? Obviously, you're now have your hand in expand your brand.
Right.
Today, that's a good solution. Get your hand in on expanding your brand.
Absolutely. I like that.
We're going to have to use
like
that. We're going to have to copyright that.
Yeah,
Exactly,
absolutely.
yeah. Well, hold on real quick. I get the domain name on GoDaddy. We'll take a commercial break now. Yeah. So have you done? So this is a brand new venture from you. Have you started some events yet, or?
I've just done a lot of home events, and Expand Your Brand is my first professional event that I've done by myself with Kyle and now Ty.
Right.
The next events that I would like to do is a fundraiser next year.
Okay.
So hopefully I can get that going. And that's going to be going towards American suicide prevention.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. So do you have any point of contacts at this point? Do you have a website in the works, or is...
do not.
Okay.
Kyle is actually in construction. Ty, excuse me. Kyle is actually in construction for that.
It's in development, yeah. Well, we'll stay tuned, and we can add that to the show posting when you have that ready to go.
Absolutely.
So let's have Kyle join us in the conversation. So, Kyle, what hat are you wearing over there?
What hat? Well, actually, I do for the company.
Besides your beanie hat you brought into the studio.
It's cold out here.
I'm telling you, right?
But I do a lot of the content that we put out for the website, and we had flyers and the brochures that we had for our first event.
I saw that one. We got that on the show notes, and that's really cool. Yeah.
In conjunction with Ty, of course, we worked on the website,
all right.
EYBtoday.com, and we came together with the information on that. So that's mainly what I'm doing right now.
Okay. And so that is the website for more information.
Yes.
EYBtoday.com.
Yes.
And looks like you have the Instagram, locked up all of the social media on that.
Well, yeah, and I'm actually new to social media.
Oh, really?
Crazy.
Really? As young as y'all are, you're just getting on the bandwagon? I feel like.
Yeah, I just got on Instagram like a week ago.
Yeah, stay after class, so this old guy will teach you a couple of tricks. But I'm kind of like Ty was saying, is like I've had a Facebook page. I was an early adopter. A friend in Arizona said, when it first came out, that tells you how old I am, is that you got to jump on Facebook. So I'm like, I created an account. But it's dormant forever. Every once in a while, maybe every 6 months, couple of years, I'll look at it, and all these people are requesting and interacting. I'm like, there's a Rich Casanova Facebook, but he's not there. It's like he's not at home, if you know what I mean. Yep. But since we launched the studio and in previous media ventures, you got to have it, And so we do all that, which is key. As a matter of fact, that's how we find out a lot about events going on. So let's go back to this event and the concept. So what might people expect at an event like this?
A loose but professional environment. We want to bring excitement and fun to networking. We don't want it to be another job after work. So we want people to have fun when they come. So it's going to be very professional, but loose, relaxed. Yeah. And, our first event is actually going to be at a Stars and Stripes bowling alley in Dallas.
Okay.
And it's going to be really good.
So I can go there and bowl, and
afterwards we might have a group session of bowling and networking afterwards.
Bowling for dollars.
Bowling for dollars. Oh, that's another one. Right? Yeah,
there we go.
You just giving us all of the gold today.
Okay, so who's on the invite list, or how do people? They go to the site and they register with their fees or tickets, or what's the particulars there?
Yes, we're going to have an early bird special coming out soon. $10 for the first 40 people to buy. We're going to have the link up on Eventbrite.
Okay.
And after that, it'll be $15 per person.
And that includes all you can drink, all you can eat.
Well, we have drink tickets for the first 25.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know if we can afford everybody.
Away, yeah.
But yeah, we have drink tickets and we have food, hors d'oeuvres, stuff like that out there. We'll request everybody to apply online.
Sure.
I mean, pay online because we won't be accepting money at the event.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Okay, so online in advance, and then any idea how many people you might expect, or?
Ooh,
it's hard to say.
Many people want to come. I want to say
inaugural.
at least about 150.
Okay.
Yeah, for our first event.
Just sidebar, with this event, it's possible. I've been given permission to say that there's a possibility that we may be partnering with the Paulding County Chamber of Commerce,
okay,
and the West Cobb Business Association with this event as well.
Well, if you're in their neighborhood, they should team up, right?
So,
I mean, that's a case where more is better.
Exactly. I spoke with Stacy Hamby, and she was from the chamber, and she was telling me that they have to work out the particulars, but they would love to. So hopefully it'll work out. Yeah, but we'll be there.
And give us the date and location again.
February 23rd.
Okay.
And that Stars and Stripes bowling alley in Dallas, Georgia.
And guaranteed to be warmer by then. Not.
February is a lot cold this month. Right?
I'm telling you. And then, so Kyle, what's your background prior to jumping in this venture here?
Actually, I'm with Homeland Security with Chris over here.
Oh, okay.
That's how we met.
All right.
Yes.
So we're very secure here at this
Absolutely.
station.
Exactly.
And, so far, no one's ever been injured during a recording or a broadcast, so we should be fine. Yeah. All right. So. We'll kind of wrap up the show here, I guess, and let folks know one more time. This is the Buckhead Business Show, and you were listening to Ty Hamilton. Brought these folks in here today for EYB, which is Expand Your Brand Today. And that's kind of so. Expand your brand. It kind of seems like it could lead into like a seminar or consulting or. And Ty's giving me the finger. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because that's actually our real intention. Our goal is to host and organize events where we can educate people that want to start a business or need more information. Like guest speakers.
Yeah, like a panel or a workshop or seminar.
Workshop, exactly what we call it. That's actually what our first event was. It was more informational. We had a couple of vendors come who were entrepreneurs, and they had time to kind of just talk and we had people speaking, giving them business information from the SBA, Small Business Association, Administration.
Right.
Well, we're using the social platform just to build a name, to build our foundation of followers, and we'll sprinkle in the workshops amongst the social mixers.
So build your brand, then expand it.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We got a great team here to help make that happen. Is there any other shout outs to folks that are contributing to this event or participating? Or are you guys the key principals? I'm not looking at the three musketeers here or what?
Absolutely.
This is it.
This is it right here.
Samantha Glass of All Print. She hooked us up with the meeting with the chamber.
Okay, cool. And then maybe not for this event, for other events. I mean, you anticipate you're looking for probably sponsors.
Yes.
Yes.
We are.
And maybe there'll be an exhibitor or trade show in the works down the road.
Oh, you thinking real big.
Yeah.
Well,
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
Right? Because as you build your network, and it takes time to kind of build that list of folks that become your fans and have a great experience, they always kind of want to mix it up a little bit. And so maybe once a year, this type of group could lead into like an exhibit event, right, for exhibitors and all that good stuff.
That is true.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's actually a good idea.
All right, so I'm going to send you all an invoice. So look for that. Just need your email and mailing address. We can make that happen. No, participate. Or I really appreciate you all being here today and getting the word out on for your business at Ty, and then for the event here. And a shout out for Homeland Security.
Hey, in the house.
I don't think they need any more shout outs.
No.
They got that covered. Yeah, they like to say keep it down a little bit. Yeah,
yes, please.
Fly under the radar. No pun intended.
Good one.
Yeah. All right. So Ty, just send us home one more time with point of contacts for you.
Once again, my name is Ty Hamilton of i-create-dezign, design with a Z, no S on the end. You can reach me at my website, www.i-create-dezign.com. Email me at i-create-dezign@gmail. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at i-create-dezign. I'm also on LinkedIn under Ty Hamilton, and that's me.
All right. Well,
hopefully we can be back in February.
Nice. There's a little. That's a nice setup there for you. Yeah. All right. So Rich Casanova again, another exciting episode of the Buckhead Business Show. We'll see you next time on same time, same day.